Hello, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Kathy Healey, along with my co-host, Susan O'Connor. On today's show, we will be talking with two Wakefield High School students named Humu and Hawa Sharif, who are part of the METCO program at the high school, along with METCO Program Director Glavia Smith. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Since its founding during the peak of the civil rights movement, the METCO program strives to be a leader in voluntary school integration within the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and across the nation to promote school diversity, close the achievement gap, and overcome racial barriers. So let's start with you girls. Why did you want to be part of the METCO program?
Well, we were kind of just put in at a young age, but as we got older, I'm not going to say I liked being in the METCO program because we faced a lot, but I kind of did meeting new people because a lot of the friends I have now, they are who I met when I was younger from the METCO program. Okay. And I feel like now as a junior, it's kind of just such a great way for me to get exposed to how to treat people of different races. And yeah, I think it's teaching me very helpful coping skills when I'm dealing with adversity and, things like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go based off what she said. It helped us, how do I word this? Help us, how do I explain this? It helped us be able to, build bonds with people who aren't from, who aren't part of our race. Because when we were little, I used to not be that type of person that would just I don't know. You basically got everything. I don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great. Yeah.
So were you given a choice of schools that you could attend originally?
At the time, no, because my mom put us in when we were in. I think she had us on a list since we were in kindergarten, but we got in at first grade. And I don't think you were able to choose the district. They kind of just went off your area code and placed you. But now it's different. Now you're able to pick your top 3 areas. And if they're accepting students from your grade, then you'll be able to get in. But if you're top 3, if you're not able to get into all 3 or any of the 3, then you'll just be put in a random generator.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And how have the Wakefield students welcomed you into the high school?
You know.
I mean, we were with them since a lot of them since elementary school. So we basically grew up with them. So it's not like we just met them.
Yeah.
So I have now I know I'm known in our grade. I know a lot of people because I'm an outgoing person and stuff. So it's not, I feel welcomed in our grade because I'm, I talk to everybody really. So, I didn't have no problems with coming to the high school because I knew some of the upperclassmen and I know a lot of the underclassmen. So, yeah.
Yeah, our school, I feel in high school, we don't, the environment is just different. I feel the environment also, the type of school you're in also really does play a part in, your experience as a medical student. Because in middle school, it was way more traumatic and difficult compared to high school. I think because everybody's older. And middle school is just generally just a rough time.
Yeah.
So, we faced the most, racist incidents in middle school. But now, everybody's pretty much welcoming. They're all very nice to us, They have good, we have a good reputation in this school, and generally everybody's just so kind.
Oh, that's great.
Do you feel like your friendships in Boston have been affected by you coming to Wakefield?
We don't really, I mean, the friendships that we do have in Boston, they stayed because we go to the Boys and Girls Club in Boston, so, we stay in touch with them. But it's not how friendships we have in Wakefield. because we see them every day consistently. We don't go to the Boys and Girls Club as consistent as we come to school.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, this year we're doing a lot more programs, so we're at the Boys and Girls Club more often, and everybody that's there, we just like talk to each other. It's kind of just like a social hour for everybody.
Yeah.
And you know, we're active in Boston too. Like Humo's always playing basketball in Boston, so she's pretty well known in Boston too.
Oh, okay.
And you know, I don't think it's ever like impacted, you know, our friendships in Boston or anything.
Oh, that's great. And what about extracurricular? What do you?
Yes, so this year, me and Humo were just taking a break from school. I mean, from sports because we want to focus on school.
It's our junior year.
Yeah, because usually I run track, and in Boston we do Mass General Hospital as a program where we go to Mass General on Wednesdays, and it's kind of just like where we have the opportunity to shadow different departments in the hospital, and we get presented with opportunities for like externships, internships, or whatever the case may be. We also do Wealth Builders at the Boys and Girls Club, which is just kind of a way to learn about investments and ways to save your money and bonds and stocks and stuff like that. We also do College Club, which is
It's busy.
Yeah.
So we do College Club, which is kind of just college readiness, and we learn about scholarships, you know, vocab you have to know for like college applications, and yeah, and it's really helpful because we're going to start applying for scholarships this year. And then we also do Ready to Work, which is only on Zoom. It's all of the Boys and Girls Clubs in Boston, which is I think 8 of them, and it's usually like around 100 people on the Zoom, and they teach us career readiness. And like today, we actually have like a career fair at one of the at Blue Hill Boys and Girls Club, which is like one of the Boys and Girls Clubs in Boston, and we have to like dress business casual.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're pretty active in Boston, and yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. Good for you. So
Yeah.
you do track and then.
I play basketball.
Okay.
I mean, before it was kind of a struggle, like, cause my freshman year here was during COVID, so transportation was already an issue. So my dad would have to, like, right after, like, I would have to leave class like 30 minutes early to make it to practice on time, because practice started at like 2:30 and we got out of school at 2:05.
Yeah, that's
So
how
I'd
it
have to
was
leave
for
like
track,
school
too.
really early just to
Yeah.
make it on time because I don't want to be late or anything.
And we'd still be late.
Right,
every
we'd
time.
still be late.
Jeez.
And but now it's been easier because we have a late bus for sports.
Yep.
So it's easier for us to get home like when practice ends late at night.
Yep.
So yeah, I feel like stuff have come up to help us.
That's great. And what about spring sports? Do you guys play
Yeah.
tennis at all?
No, we don't. So no, we haven't done any spring sports. But this year, if I did track this year, I would have done spring track.
Oh, okay.
But because I'm not doing any sports this year, I'm not doing any spring sports.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
What do you guys find to be the most challenging part of being in the METCO program?
I think growing up in the METCO program is kind of like the most hardest part about it, because you're faced with like 17 different things. Like one of them is trying to find yourself and not
Right.
trying to fit in with everybody else when
Right.
you know you don't. And then trying to make friends that will like accept you for who you are and not try to like use you or be rude or anything. And then like you're focused on school, and then you're focused on your friendship. It's just a lot of factors that play into the hardships as a METCO student. But as you get older, you realize how to cope with them, and they become easier.
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah. And if you could change one thing about the METCO program, what would that be?
Honestly, I really don't have anything off the top of my head, because I feel like regardless of what you change, like your experiences,
There's still going to be struggles.
Exactly, there's still going to be struggles, and there's nothing you can do to change that itself. So,
Because everyone's experience is different.
everyone's experience in METCO is different, but because I know some people who have had some very traumatic METCO stories, and they've been in METCO like from they were like second grade till they graduated. They faced racial incidents, and they were very traumatized. And some of the parents I know, like my mom does hair, and she has clients who have kids that go to METCO, and like she says how they said they pull their kids out of the METCO program because of the district, and they just face so many traumatic things at such young ages. It's just too dangerous for them at such young ages. But it also, it just depends on which district you're put into. So the adversity you face is never going to go away. You just got to learn how to cope with it.
Right.
And
It sounds like Wakefield's a good district, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It sounds like you're having a good experience here, so that's good.
What advice would you give someone who's considering being a part of the METCO program?
Don't let like little stuff bother you, because little stuff are always going to happen. You just got to learn how to, well, like how I said, cope with it and learn how to like use it to your advantage.
yeah, I think just be ready and understand that it's not going to be an easy journey, because not like there's so, like I said, there's so many journeys while going through, like you're going through high school, you're trying to find yourself, you're becoming a young adult, and all of that just plays in. So just make sure you know, stay true to yourself, and don't try to change yourself for anybody, because they're going to try to do that. And as long as you stay true to yourself and show that, you know, you love who you are, you'll be able to beat the world.
Right.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
And what's the best part of your long day? Because you start really early. What time do you get up and have to get on the bus?
Yeah, so
You get on the bus at 6:15.
Wow.
yeah, we wake up at 4:45 because it's like me, her, and my little sister. So all three of us have to get ready, and we usually get on the bus around like 6:15ish, and then we get to school around 7:17ish. And I think the best part of my day is when I'm in my bed.
Hello, you too?
When I'm laying down, just like watching my show or something, just relaxing.
The best part of my day is the bus ride home. I don't know why. I don't know why I love the bus ride home so much.
I think everybody has a lot of energy. And
everyone's just talking
about
their day. Like,
and for some of us, that's the only time we get to see other METCO students, because a lot of us
see them. A lot of us don't see each other around the school.
Yeah, like for me, I only have Humu and my other friend Sanaya, who's also a METCO student, in my classes. Like those are the only two METCO students I have in my classes. All of my classes, I'm literally by myself.
I barely cross paths with Hawa in school.
The only time we cross paths is in Miss O'Connor's class. That's
And I'm sure Miss
the only
O'Connor is
time.
your favorite teacher.
Yes. Yes. Miss O'Connor likes to have bonds with people.
Yeah,
so
Miss O'Connor,
it's
she's not a regular teacher. She doesn't just sit there and teach. She cracks jokes. She makes the class fun.
Even though math is
and she has
fun.
so much patience. It's ridiculous.
No,
I don't know how you have so much patience with our class.
Our class, I don't know.
So much
I think I have more than you.
Way more. Whoa.
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. And what about your future plans after the high school? Hawa, what do you?
Yes, so I want to go into nursing, and if I do want to further, then I'll go into med school to become a child psychiatrist.
Wow.
I'll just go into talk about why. I think mental health is really just an important subject that has built a lot of, it's had a lot of stigma built around it these past couple of years, especially in the Muslim community and the Black community.
Right.
I feel like we just need to destigmatize it, because it's very much real, and it has to start. It starts within kids, you know. So I feel like me focusing on becoming a child psychiatrist will really just help both of the communities I'm part of, and just, you know, I just love to be a part of that and be a part of a better movement.
Right.
That's great.
After high school, I want to be a sports medicine physician. Because, as you guys know, I play basketball. I'm very good at it, but I don't want to pursue basketball in the future, because it's not a stable, commitment. Because if I get, say I was to get a scholarship, right, and I get injured, I lose that scholarship if I can't play anymore. So it's like, why don't I just have a steady, plan?
Right.
So, yeah, I want to get into sports medicine because I love being around athletes, and I want to help them. I just don't want to play the sport,
Yeah.
I always want to be around them and help them, help them recover from injuries and stuff. So, and I want to, try to make it to be, part of the Celtics. Come on.
Don't forget us.
Absolutely.
I
Come
know.
on,
Where it all started.
Come on, I'll never forget you. Come on.
We want tickets too.
Oh yeah, free tickets for all.
Oh,
I can't wait. I'm so excited now.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
exciting.
Good
for you.
Very exciting. Yes, good for
you.
you guys.
Yeah.
And moving on to Glavia.
Hi.
So Glavia, how long have you been METCO Director here in Wakefield?
I am in my 4th year as the director of the Wakefield METCO Program.
Okay. And what did you do before?
So prior to that, I was with the state for 18 years. I worked as a DCF social worker for Department of Children and Families.
Oh, wow.
I'm also a licensed social worker clinician. And then I also worked as an emergency clinician at times when I want to dabble in the world of assessments and crisis work. So I've done a lot of crisis work.
What made you want to switch gears and become the METCO director?
So a couple of things. I love social work. That's like my passion. That's the lens I focus on. I'm a clinician at all times. I always have my clinician hat on. Even dealing with my kids, my students, that's how I deal with them. So the opportunity really came on a whim, really. Someone kind of said to me, oh, Wakefield's looking for a METCO director. I'm like, really? So, and just a little background, I'm also an alumni of METCO, so I went to Dover Sherburne Regional High School, so Dover. I went there for 4 years, so I started the METCO program in high school in 9th grade, so I spent 4 years out in Dover. So I knew what it was like for me as a METCO student, with the early mornings at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I heard of the open. I said, okay, I could try it and see what the other side of the experience of being in the METCO program is. So that's basically how, and I said, I could change. I could change my lens a little bit, but I mean, honestly, when you're a clinician, a social worker, whether you are doing crisis work directly with families or you're doing work in the school, dealing with kids and families is still encompassed part of the social work. So I figured, other than learning the educational piece of the job component in regards to assessing, working with kids, and just kind of being able to balance some of their social emotional learning that's going on, and prior to COVID and now even more with COVID, I figured it would be a good switch, because I'll still be able to use my clinician hat.
Yeah, it's terrific. And what's the most challenging part of your position?
I think the most challenging is, watching my students struggle with being sometime in the community, and the most challenging is watching them try to be part of a larger system that is very big for them. So I struggle with them not feeling part of the community fully. I struggle with them. I find it challenging for them feeling like visitors. So as much as these two lovely ladies have assimilated so well, we have other kids who struggle. They struggle with, although their parents want better for them and to close the achievement gap for them, they still struggle in feeling like they're part of the community, or feeling like they're part of Wakefield. So I think that's the most challenging part for me, is trying to have them come in on a daily basis to have a sense of motivation, or for some of them to see the benefits of getting up so early in the morning and having such late days, and then them feeling like they don't just go here, they are part of the community. So that's a little challenging at times.
Absolutely.
So what's the best part of your job?
My best part of the job is literally the kids. It's them visiting my office, hanging out, me getting to know them on this kind of level. Because, you're always doing the hard love with them. Nope, don't do that. Nope, don't. You're not doing that. And just, kind of watching, because, I met these ladies, 7th grade?
Oh, wow.
I think it was 8th grade.
8th grade, yes. So I met them in 8th grade. So they were just getting ready to transition to high school. And then COVID happened, so then to watch them kind of grow
up.
So that's like the most enriching part, watching them grow and become these wonderful young adolescent with goals and dreams, and watching them go from really struggling with their experience, some of the traumatic experience they have, and then to see them kind of elevate themselves and talk so beautifully of their change of kind of pushing themselves to do better, be better, but yet still being open to the concept of being in a community that really it's hard to assimilate yourself in. This year graduation is extra special because this will be my graduation class that I started with. So the ninth graders that I graduated this year, I actually started as their METCO director. So this year will be extra special for me because it's actually the one class I've actually see through from ninth grade to 12th grade. So I'm very excited this year for graduation.
That's awesome.
And I'll be more excited when they come because now I've had them since grade elementary,
Middle school.
and then they're gonna go forward to high school. So I'm excited.
That's great.
I'm very excited about that.
And then please finish this sentence. The METCO program is.
Oh man, that could be so many things. The METCO program is an opportunity for families of both Wakefield and Boston families to really build a community. It's an opportunity for Wakefield community to embrace and to really love on kids that are just looking for the same opportunity and the same educational that they should be getting in their own town, but for some reason they're not. But it's an opportunity really for Wakefield to rise and meet the challenge of loving on some black and brown babies that are just looking to be part of the world, and then to also be impactful just like their children are being impactful.
Very well
How
said.
about you guys?
Yeah.
The METCO program is.
Good question.
The METCO program is beautiful in some ways because I feel like it gives students exposure that they wouldn't get in just a regular public school. You know, say like you're going in the medical field or whatever. That's mainly like predominantly white. So I feel like going into the METCO program teaches you ways to maneuver in a community that you're not used to or that you don't fit in. You know, so I feel like that's kind of like the most beautiful part about it because a lot of students don't experience that until like they're in their 20s, and you know, being able to have the opportunity to be exposed to that at such a young age, I feel like that's just like the best thing that I could ever have been given.
And who?
You covered it.
Exclamation point.
Period.
Period. Exclamation point.
Is there anything else you want to add?
I would really, I mean, I'm not sure how many people will see this, but I am, you know, making a plea for the community to really, if any of your student that's in any of the many schools within the district, if they have a METCO student in their school, look out for them, you know, reach out to them. And what we're looking for is for our young kids, especially kids from K to 4th, and even part of middle school, to build organic relationships in which enriches our METCO students' experience because they're able to have this fruitful relationship in the community that allows them to enjoy both, but also allow the Wakefield student to come to Boston and enjoy Boston. So our hope is we'll have more families who are creating organic relationships with all our students so that our students can, their student can come to us and then we can come to them and then create this this bridge that both communities can cross over without any barriers.
That's great.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Well, Wakefield's
Thank
very
you for
lucky to
having
have the METCO program. And I want to thank you all for coming on the show.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having us.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you so
appreciate
much. We
it.
really appreciate it.
And that's the show for Talk of the Town. Thank you for watching.